Whatever.
Whatever?
Whatever.
What? Whatever?
Whatever. I
So I was doing whatever or whatever. I mean,
things
whatever.
happen, whatever.
What?
So then whatever came over and...
Whatever is your favorite thing to do for us?
Yeah.
Whatever.
This is for you, Sarah.
Whatever.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the P-Funk and Fro Show. This is episode 28. My name is Austin Flume, and with me, as always,
Anthony Gorman.
But not only Anthony Gorman, as we have a very special guest, someone that has been on the podcast before, but never in a trio. That person being Faris Ahmad. It is great to have you back, Faris.
I'm really happy I'm back. And it's Faris Anthony Ahmad.
Oh my God.
Oh,
He's
shoot, I
stealing
forgot
my
that
name.
detail. You're right. Yes, Faris shares a middle name with Anthony's first name.
That's right.
He does. That's why we keep having
That means
you
we're
back.
just cool people.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm just a phony.
Yeah.
I'm a fake.
You could probably just add one. Can you just add like a...
Like Austin.
P-Funk?
Do you have a middle name?
Do you not know my middle? I'd never. Okay. Do you know my middle name?
It's not P-Funk. No, I'm just kidding.
Now, real quick, I would play the middle name game because it's one of my favorite things to do.
Interesting. Can we guess?
What's the first letter?
Do you want to try to guess?
Yeah, what's the first letter?
the
Then
first
we'll
letter?
try.
All right, this is fun, but really
That's
quick.
a good idea.
Really quick, everyone. Facebook.com/groups/PFunkandFro. Join us in the group, meet some friends, and post some cool stuff. Follow us on Twitter @PFunkandFro. We're glad you are here. We love all of you deeply. I mean that for real. Now let's try to guess my middle name.
What is the first? We gotta have a first.
Starts
letter
with an
else.
L. Starts
L.
with an L. Yep.
I only get one guess.
You get as many.
And we can just
Well,
start shouting
we
out.
both get three.
Okay,
Okay.
3 guesses. That's cool. So we can keep the show moving.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So think on it. What's your first guess?
Leslie. There's one.
No.
Some
Anthony.
people. Yeah.
You're right. It's real. I don't mean. What you got? What you got?
Lucas.
People in the audience are like,
Louis.
no.
Oh dang!
That was your second one.
I wasted my first one.
That was like a Hail Mary.
Right.
That could have been right.
Langston.
Lexington Airport.
That's not even trying. Langston?
My last one is Lee.
No, but that's a good
I
guess.
thought that was good.
All right, Faris, this is up to you.
This is your last.
Or Anthony. Anthony number 2.
There's so many.
What you got? This is it.
Austin Lemons Bloom.
Lemon.
No, it's Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Austin
okay.
Lawrence Flume.
Okay.
It's my dad's middle name and my grandpa's middle name.
Oh, well, okay.
So my grandpa is Gerald Lawrence Flume, and my
Yeah.
dad is Gerald Lawrence Flume
Okay.
Jr., and I'm Austin Lawrence Flume.
I see.
They didn't want to keep the Gerald.
I guess
going?
not. No,
Man.
I guess not. Yeah, I don't know the full story behind that one, but yeah. So
That makes sense.
yeah, so now you
you're
guys
named
know.
after, yeah.
Nice. So I could just be Austin Lawrence Anthony Flume in the future to make me feel better about myself.
Yeah, that's cool. Just throwing an Anthony in there just to be, yeah.
You
Yeah,
should
good.
ask the full story behind that one. That's actually very much tied into my weekend. We can talk about that.
Really? That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into that very quickly. But yeah, thank you for joining us, you guys. Once again, Faris is back. He was on episode 25. Very significant, very significant number. Now he's on 28, 25 plus 3. So Faris, you came back yesterday and you had a very, from what it sounds like, interesting weekend. A really cool weekend of building contacts and making friends and doing all that kind of stuff. So let's get into that. Where did you go this weekend and what did you do?
So like a week and a half ago, I saw this thing online, Startup Weekend Cincinnati. And essentially it's people get together, a big group of people, maybe 100 people. They meet downtown in Union Hall Center, some like incubator place. And they pretty much just start pitching a bunch of ideas. And I was going to pitch one of my ideas that I have, which is very hippie Ferris trying to help the world. It was just a kind of a network where people can help each other. I won't go into that too much detail.
It
but
sounds really interesting though.
Yeah.
So the point was everybody votes on all these pitches. And my pitch barely didn't make it through the cut. So the point is you go and you look at everybody's pitches and you start voting for what's your favorite pitch. And
cool.
my favorite pitch was, aside from mine, of course, was one called Snapback. And so I joined the team. I mean, they wanted me to work with the team. And the point is you work on this pitch, on this concept for the remainder of the weekend. So it's Friday evening and then like 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, same thing for Sunday. and then
So
you
awesome.
pitch at the end, like you do a pitch to like judges.
Oh wow. Okay.
That are like, you don't win any prizes because it's
Right.
very much like a weekend kind of fun thing.
Yeah.
But they still give you good feedback, and these are people that like invest in startups and stuff
Oh,
like that.
I see.
Yeah. So I mean, it was super fun. I met super awesome, amazing people.
Yeah, it sounds like there'd be a lot of like smart people.
Yeah,
in
yeah,
that,
and it was a big
Interesting,
mixture.
smart
Yeah,
people.
and because of the age group, really the majority is like 20s to 30s, but for some reason in my group it was like 40s to 60-year-olds.
Oh,
But I think it's very much because of the concept. So the concept.
well, the hippie age.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Well, no.
Oh, you
well,
were in the other.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
but
right,
still,
okay.
but it was my favorite one. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
imagine it still has some
That's
kind of
true.
like something like
Nuance to
that,
that, yeah.
right? But yeah, it was very much the idea or the concept, and I was working on it for like 54 hours straight.
Wow.
So I could probably talk about it forever. So I'll just kind of give the concept.
Yeah.
Sure.
The idea is a platform, probably an app,
Okay.
and it's going to solve two problems. Well, the main problem is the digital generation divide between the elders and the young people.
Okay.
And the two problems that it's going to solve, it's the elders feeling like disconnected from this digital generation, and the lady that pitched it is because she just put her husband, her grandma, her mom in a home,
Okay.
so she's disconnected, and then us younger generations feeling like guilt that, I don't know if you had anybody who's passed away, like my grandfather just passed away last year, and you kind of feel like there's stuff that went away from them, like historical stories,
Yeah.
whatever it is, right? So you want to keep in touch,
Mm-hmm.
yet we still don't make the effort to keep in touch. So
That's
it's like
true.
it's
And
like
we're
my grandma's there. I want to call. I know I should,
Mhm.
and yet I still don't. But sometimes I catch myself on Facebook like messing around and wasting time
Right.
when you can just pick
Yeah.
up. So it's like kind of like this always in the back of your mind kind of thing.
And we're almost like going at a faster pace away from that. Like
Right.
as the like years go on. So it's
Right.
like, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, that's, if you think about it, that's like your bigger story too. Like learning about them is all about learning about yourself too. So it's
Oh yeah.
so the idea is this platform, this app, from all the stuff that we've thought about it, it's very much like you pick the elder and you create their timeline, or you go back and you create their
Oh, wow.
history.
Okay.
And the idea is like the whole family shares in different ways
Okay.
and inputs into this history. So it helps in the sense that in the process of it all,
Mm-hmm.
it very much keeps them, they feel part of this like digital age because they're going to be able to scroll through their timeline. But it also
Mhm.
does the meaningful connections, because now I'm going to like it's going to be designed in a way where it very much makes you want to go and ask her or interview her,
Right.
and then it gives you time with your grandma, and it's a way that kind of focuses on making you have those meaningful connections. So
Yeah.
yeah, and there's a bunch more that goes into it, but that's like the concept.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that's
concept.
awesome.
Because you
That-
can learn
yeah.
as it goes, and then
Yeah.
it's preserved for like when you have kids, things like that.
Exactly. And as we interviewed, because I was actually out like Saturday walking around interviewing people while it was snowing,
yeah.
a little bit of snow
Yeah.
in Cincinnati. And yeah, a lot of people were saying exactly that. Like
Oh yeah.
they do it today in whatever methods we have today to do it, in order to share with their kids. So like
Right.
so
Mhm.
so there's one guy who had like 2 kids, and he's gonna give them like the whole story of his grandparents, and like, so, I mean, if we do this, if everybody were to do this,
Yeah.
I mean, you can think like generations from now, you can probably go back and
Yeah.
go back so much, right?
And
Oh,
kind of like
man.
Ancestry.com, where you can start linking like you know,
Yeah.
your whole lineage,
Right.
like, with other families and like other like Gormans or
Yeah.
other P-Funks.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
It goes all the way back to the original P-Funk in Germany.
When he came over on the boat, pimping his way.
Yeah.
over.
Right.
Aside from that, there was amazing food. It was just all
Oh,
it was
yeah?
pizza. There was like
Oh
all
my
this mac
God.
and cheese from Keystone Bar and Grill, like
Oh wow.
every single mac and cheese you can think of, and then like sushi trays and
Oh, there we
How many
go.
people were
It's
down
just-
there? The participants.
I would say
Where'd you guess?
towards the end it was like 10 teams of anywhere from 4 to 7 people.
Okay,
So yeah, so by the end it was probably like that stayed like 70 people maybe.
that's cool.
Yeah, is that right? Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
40
awesome.
to 70.
Yeah, because I feel like everybody has that exact same problem. Like we all have grandparents or other like elderly figures in our lives that we always say that we're going to reconnect with, but
Mhm.
it's one of those things that always falls to the bottom of the list for some reason.
Yeah.
And we just put it off, and then we put it off for too long, and then
Yeah.
it's like nope.
Have you had any grandpa pass away or grandma?
Yeah.
Both of them or
Well, not both of them,
okay.
but yeah. But recently, yeah. So that would be an awesome thing to have. Just like, it sucks that we need an excuse for something like that, but to have a quote unquote excuse or just like a gateway to make it easier, you know?
Right.
And then like you're saying, for future generations that can look at this app and be like, oh, my dad worked with his dad and his grandpa, and now I'm going to carry this torch and keep it going. And like, I would totally buy something like that. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and like,
that sounds awesome.
Because we had an excuse in like school because we had to do like interview your grandparents or whatever for like a paper, but that was one grandparent, and then it was for one paper. And I did learn a lot about my like grandpa in World War II and stuff like that. Yeah. But I couldn't find that paper. Like if someone was like, "I'll give you $1 million if you can find that like paper you did in 7th grade,"
right?
I don't know where that is. Like I remember like his story in my head, but I can't. You know, obviously. Yep. Like you can like, it sounds like with this app you can infuse like pictures, photos, location,
So the for high school I did also an interview with my great grandmother, and it was, I remember it was like her story of how she gathered all this money to make like sweet potato and some kind of recipe, and I recorded her, like her voice telling me the story, and I did a presentation, so and I don't know where this cassette is, and I go every time I go home I'm like going crazy looking for this cassette, but again it goes back to that we don't have a good I mean, in general, even just not even for elders, nowadays you kind of throw. I mean, I throw all my photos in like a hard drive, and it's like folders and folders that you never really kind of go back and there's no unless you're very kind of strict about it. It's kind of hard to keep those stuff all set.
It is, yeah. And my dad still develops a bunch of photos. Like I feel like that's something that is hugely lost on this generation, is developing photos and having physical photos, because we put everything on Facebook or on flash drives or something, and we never go back through them because we don't have that giant stack of physical objects to look at.
Yeah, and there's like it's like a double-edged sword, because like those, you know, if your house burns down, those are away, but if you have it on digital, so it's kind of like, oh man. And then even if it doesn't burn down, just the paper itself just deteriorates over time, but so does a hard drive.
Exactly.
Especially if you don't like plug it in every like 2 years, which is weird. Like, but yeah, so it's like, what do? Do we trust Google with its backups? I mean, you can't trust that for like 150 years, maybe, but you know, they could be our overlords here soon. But, but you never know. Like, they may like have us draw blood just to view our photos from like 150 years ago. But I don't know. Yeah, that's a tricky one. But I like that idea, especially like the timeline part where you can kind of like I'm like picturing it in my head.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah. And hopefully grandma's supposed to kind of look at it, and she can input stuff too, and then like we'll be like, whoa, grandma, that's I didn't know about that. Or she can kind of just put it, and it's supposed to be very like easy for her to use, right? Or and the idea is like, if a lot of like grandparents have it, they kind of share with each other, and you know, stuff like that.
Be like, Grandma, when did you fight in Vietnam and World War I? She's got like a helmet on. She like Photoshop. Like, Grandma, you were in Vietnam.
Oh my gosh! I remember I made like a family tree when I was in 3rd grade, and by made it, I mean my mom made it and did all the research and put it together, and I got graded for it like every 3rd grade project. And at the time, I was like, whatever, just family tree, it's a project. But now, like, I wish I could go back and find it. It's at my house somewhere, I'm sure, just to look at that and see the timeline of my grandpa and his grandpa and his grandpa and just how they got here, because it's really interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Our history is very important.
It is, and like, first said, like, we just lose it now, especially with like all the fast-paced everything. Yeah, that's actually something I never even thought of that, because like they are like left way behind, especially with all this recording stuff. So I think on Thanksgiving I'm just gonna like record everybody now.
So that's what I'm doing.
In their face.
I
Anthony, get out of my face.
I started thinking about it. Yeah, like my grandma's kind of one of the from the like the eldest generation. She's probably one of the only ones, because we had a bunch of grandparents go away last year.
Wow.
And like, so I'm like, now like I would kind of want to just, even if it's on Excel, I'm just gonna start like a little timeline, start asking her questions, and
bring her on the P-Funk and Fro show.
There's an awesome quote. It's like Marcus Garvey or something. I don't know. I'm not gonna go too deep, but it's something about like, if you don't know like the knowledge of your past, it's like a tree without roots or something like that. But it's true, right? It's like it's your bigger narrative. It's just good. I mean, there's probably some dark past too somewhere, and there's some grandparents that don't want to go into it, but it's just part of life, right? Just know about it.
Agreed. Yeah, exactly. So past things, very important, and I hope you get that app developed, because I will 100%. So like, are you still working on it, or do you still stay in contact with these people?
So the group really meshed. It was an awesome group. The idea of this stuff really is it's not like a set thing where, because like I said, it's more of like they just give feedback. So we very much meshed. We don't have to stay together. We said we'll still kind of regroup at some point in the early years to kind of talk and chat since we did end up getting runner up, so second place and people's choice crowd favorites.
That was my next question. Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah. So we ended up doing pretty well.
Oh, that's cool.
So because of that, they were like, oh, there seems like to be an actual thing. And honestly, what keeps me tied into it is I really love the idea. So like,
Yes.
I'm passionate about the idea. At first it was just like, I want to learn about the concept, about like this whole startup and kind of have fun through all this stuff. And that's it. I didn't expect anything else, but I love that idea.
Yeah.
Right.
So because of that, yeah, we'll continue exploring it. But yeah, nothing too serious.
Gotcha.
Just need a coder now or something.
Exactly.
Code.
Developer, yeah.
Yeah, once you find him, we'll make a P-Funkin' Fro game too.
All right.
P-Funkin' Fro.
Like a little Mario, but we both played at the same time.
It plays like the intro theme to Song Loop.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's our game.
Yeah. What was your heritage again, Anthony? Aren't you just completely
Irish German.
Irish German. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. You see a lot of that in the tri-state,
Right. Yeah.
Like
especially in this area.
in the Midwest. Yeah.
Yeah. Porkopolis or Cincinnati.
Do people call it Porkopolis?
It used to be called Porkopolis.
Really? I've never heard that before.
Yeah. And then Cincinnati with a Z.
Oh. What
That's
is it?
heavy German. And then this was like the biggest
yeah,
like
gotcha.
pork trade area for a long time.
I didn't
along
have
the river.
any idea about any of that.
A lot of pigs.
Okay.
A lot of pigs were here.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm completely German too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like 100% German.
Yeah?
Yep, both sides. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it was like my great grandpa was like born on a boat on the way from Germany or something like that. Some cool story.
wow.
So it's just one of those cool things that like it might be lost by time if that story didn't get passed along forever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And by oral stories, and that's kind of where we were going to last week too. Like oral stories kind of gone away too, because like today's families are kind of very much. I mean, most families are now not together always in the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So like before it's always like
disjointed.
they're always communicating. Now it's kind of like families are kind of being more
Dispersed and spread, yeah. Right.
That's true.
100%. Yeah. Well, thanks for talking about that. Sounds like you had a really awesome weekend, dude.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
So what are you doing next weekend?
Next weekend I'm going to Miami. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gone once again.
I'll be in Miami. Yeah, I'm heading out tomorrow morning. So I'll finish packing, head out tomorrow morning, and then I'll be going to Miami, and then Sunday I fly to Canada. So Miami heat to Canadian winter.
Yeah. So you're gonna go ice fishing or whatever? Yeah. Go like deep sea fishing and then like one day later. Yeah. Well, I mean you did come from a mountain and go to work the next day that one time.
Right.
So maybe you should go deep sea fishing one day and then ice fishing.
Just both extremes.
Right.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah, no doubt. You have a pretty interesting and exciting weekend coming up, Anthony, too.
Oh yeah.
You do.
I keep forgetting. You're always like, oh my god, I'm so for you for this weekend. I'm like, oh my god, what am I doing?
Exactly.
Going to the Ohio State Michigan game.
Nice.
My first Michigan home game. Well, I guess I've never been to a away game either.
Yeah.
So going to my first Ohio State Michigan home game at Ohio State. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Anthony, biggest, I don't, not super into the sports world, but biggest Ohio State fan I know comes from Columbus and Ohio State.
Yeah.
Seeing a game with Michigan, which is like their biggest rival,
It's
apparently.
Biggest rivalry in sports.
So they're
so
going
in
to
general,
light the
like
city
they call
on
it the game. Like they don't call it like Ohio State. It's like the game in capital. Like whatever. But yeah, Ohio State's ranked number 2 in the nation, and Michigan's number 3. And then it's kind of like understood that whoever wins this is going to the playoffs for the championship.
Michigan is SEC? No.
Michigan, they're both Big Ten. So this is like the end of the season. They always play each other.
Okay.
They usually they play at Ohio State one year, then next year Michigan, Ohio State, Michigan.
Okay.
So this is kind of a big one. Last time the teams were ranked this high, it was field storming fun, and then the last one of the times there was a big Michigan or big Ohio State win over Michigan was like when the riots occurred when I was up there. So it's like big games like this kind of like charge the atmosphere.
That's awesome.
Up there. So this is a big deal coming up.
Were you always like a football fan or?
I was a football fan growing up, but I mainly like pro. Like I would watch like the Packers just because they like to throw the ball a lot. Plus, like Brett Favre was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But nothing like in college really until I went to Ohio State.
Okay.
And then I stopped really watching pros and I became like everything Ohio State. So I like watching football like growing up, and I would watch like way more pros than I do now back when I was a kid just because I like the sport watching it. But it was like once I like graduated from there, especially, I felt like I had an affiliation with it, and it was like mine. Like it was like my team because of like a hardcore bond, you know.
Yeah, I grew up with soccer, so I was never a football fan, but I went to University of Florida, and it's impossible. Like my first year, 2008, we won national, and 2 years after that, we won again. So I mean, it was impossible.
Wow,
you just kind of completely get immersed in the college football, and it's like you're saying it's like your school. So then I was very much a fan, and I remember they put like because people would go crazy. They put like the whole street would be with like bulldozer trucks and the police on top of it, and they put wax on the poles so nobody climbs the poles. And
yeah,
it's crazy. It's fun though.
That's so awesome. That's why I'm trying to scheme my way into getting up there on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm going to be in Columbus anyway on Sunday because we have a concert. Like me and my friends have a concert that we're going to on Sunday. So I'm trying to figure out a way. How do I get to Columbus on Saturday so I can see this craziness and stay somewhere? But I can't sleep in my car like I did in Chicago because it's going to be below freezing.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, so you're going inside the game, right?
Yeah. With a buddy from work. It's supposed to be 42 and partly cloudy so far still.
Okay. Yeah.
It's definitely beneficial for Ohio State.
Or something at night.
Yeah, it's going to get 27, I think, was the low.
Yeah.
And, like, if it's not a ton of people, like, I'm pretty sure I still have yet to confirm, like, me and this other guy where we're staying, so.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, from the way you say it sounds like it's going to be impossible to park within 2 miles of the stadium.
I have, fears because College Game Day is going to be there. It's like the traveling TV show where they do it live. So it's going to be a big deal. Like Hodge and I are leaving quite early on Saturday morning. Mm-hmm. But we're hoping the place we're staying at has parking there. But I'm driving, so I kind of know the area and like where I can go within walking distance to whatever. So we'll see.
Yeah, we will see. I'm just like, my brain is like, how do I get up there with 4 people, meet friends while we're up there, and get them to let us stay with them?
Yeah, if it was just Austin, we could probably
Sure,
but
if it was just me, but I'm bringing 3 friends up there with me. So it's like, how do I find a place for 3 friends? And we can't sleep in a parking lot because we'll die of frostbite.
Yeah.
What concert?
It's going to be like a progressive rock concert. Okay. So it's animals as leaders and plenty. Okay. So if you saw that video that we put up, me and Mitch, a while back, with like me on the drums and him on the guitar, that's a Plenty song.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's Sunday night. So we're trying to make a weekend out of it since we have a long weekend.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'll see if I can scheme my way into there or something.
I don't know. That Airbnb I showed you was pretty damn cheap.
It did, yeah.
But we've gone through that,
See if I can get my friends to get this Airbnb. Or I'll have to make friends. If anybody out there knows anybody in Columbus, Ohio, that has a free room,
this is gonna be aired on Friday.
This is gonna be.
They're gonna text you on like Saturday, like
yeah, right.
So you're gonna be editing this while you're turkey?
I might be editing it tonight, but that's a perfect transition into the next topic for us. I appreciate that. We're gonna talk about Thanksgiving. This is an upcoming holiday weekend. Yeah. We had to record today because the rest of this week is dedicated to Thanksgiving and the holidays and family and stuff. Yeah. So it's gonna be a real late night for me of editing.
Oh no.
But so this week I'm going to my aunt's house on Wednesday. And we're going to have like a family thing. My cousin and his fiance are in and can have like a nice dinner. Then Thursday, it's like hitting the grandparents' house. And then as per tradition, Thursday night is Black Friday shopping. Black Friday, much less crazy than it used to be because nothing actually opens on Friday like at midnight anymore. Yep. It's like it starts at 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day. It's kind of more
depressing almost.
It's sad, man. Yeah, like
so
last year.
Are you going out or Thursday night?
Thursday night, yeah, probably.
Like as a family or just
like usually it's just like me and my cousin Garrett, who you met.
Oh yeah,
what up, Garrett? If you're listening,
Garrett,
and his fiance will probably come with us, and my brother.
Okay.
And usually like a couple friends go.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like a group thing. Like
so Thursday night you're going out, you said?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys don't have like a dinner?
What? Well, this is Thursday night. This is like at midnight.
When is things? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
This is like after all the Thanksgiving festivities happen. So it's like one grandparents' house in the morning, one at night, and then we go out like for Black Friday at midnight. And I mean, usually like when I was in high school, it's like go and hope to see some crazy stuff.
Yeah, people punching people.
Go insane.
Yeah.
But this year and like last year was like really tame. We didn't see anything. It's just like moms that are casually walking around TJ Maxx, like picking out some paintings, stuff like that. But yeah,
have you ever gotten into conflict or pushed somebody?
I've never gotten into conflict, but I think my mom has, my sister has, and my friend Brent saw many fights on Black Fridays.
Holy cow!
But it's dead now because I mean, and I guess it's good for society that it's gone.
Maybe I don't know. It's horrible for the retail workers that have to work at 5 p.m. on Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
5 p.m. like so they go to their grandma's house like
That's
3,
true.
and then like they have to serve a little early so they can like cram in food and then leave.
Yeah.
Kind of stinks.
That's
I
what I
come
was
from
thinking.
retail, so
Oh yeah,
still
you can
kind
give
of
that
peeved by
perspective.
that.
Yeah.
But it's just, I mean, it's good for like there's no more like chaos. I guess I'm sure there's some, but now it's just like it's depressing because people have to work now on Thanksgiving Day.
Truth.
And now it's like it was almost kind of fun to like have dinner and then know that you have to go into work to like some crazy madness, but you still went through your whole family thing and then still had to go into work. You know, it was just late at night. Like, oh, this is gonna be a wild night. I'm gonna be up for like 20 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it just seems real depressing. I think last time I went, it was like a Walmart, and it was like on my way, which is exactly what I'm gonna do this time. Is on my way home from my grandma's. I'm gonna stop by, and I just expect it to be just like night people. Like, just like people you never normally see.
Yeah, exactly.
It seems like on Black Friday, like people that you don't normally see shopping are like out there buying weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
weird.
5 Xboxes.
Yeah, they're like, what are you doing with those Xboxes?
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I don't, like you said, I don't expect anything crazy because the internet killed it too. Because now they're
true,
Cyber Mondays or something. Is that?
Yep.
Yeah, Cyber Mondays
And
sales already started.
Amazon started like a while ago. Where they
Exactly.
just start rolling things out.
Online sales. It's crazy. So it's not the spectacle that it was, but as per tradition, we
That's
have
true.
to keep doing it. So we'll probably end up here because we always used to come up to Kenwood on Black Friday because it was like a big travel an hour and go to the cool mall and stuff.
Yeah.
But now that the mall's a 2-minute drive from our house, we'll probably just hit the mall up and then come back here.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. So yeah, you're welcome to join if you want.
I'll be my
You'll be gone. But yeah, so what do you guys plan for Thanksgiving weekend? I mean, you're going to
basically, just going to my grandma's and then probably Walmart on the way back.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna try to keep it a little tame because Saturday is gonna be exhausting for my liver and the rest of my body.
At that Ohio State game.
Yeah, so that's gonna be interesting. So I need to like save up for that.
Yeah. That makes sense. You got to charge up your liver.
Especially that Friday night. I know I'm
Drink
going to
a lot
want
of
to do
water.
something Friday night, but I know I'm going to be like I won't be able to sleep because I'll be too excited because it's a noon game, so we got to get up there early. And then like
everything starts early.
That's the thing. Yeah, that game starts at noon.
And people start drinking at like,
Yeah.
well, they may start drinking right now. Like, there's probably people that are like, just like, I'm going to make it. Like, Earl, you ain't going to make it. Like, I'm going to make it. I'll just do 1 beer an hour till Sunday at midnight.
And today is Tuesday.
And today's Tuesday. Oh, yeah, right.
Right, yeah. Time differential.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I'll probably start drinking at like 9, but yeah, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Kegs and eggs.
I mean, that's all you can do.
Yep.
What about
Just
you,
power
Fars?
through it.
So I get there tomorrow. Wednesday I'll be with the cousins. Thursday it's kind of like the dinner time where the family gets together. So we'll have a good feast. I think there's actually not going to be turkey this time though. So
Oh wow.
So that
You
kind of
having
sucks,
kale?
but at least we'll probably get some veggies, probably some Brussels sprouts or something. But no, turkey was probably gonna be Christmas.
Okay.
So sounds like it's gonna be like roasted chicken,
Ooh, nice.
and like some kind of vegan dish part of the family's gonna do, and
Gotcha.
and then my side of the family's gonna do some like Arab rice that has like all these pine nuts and raisins and some other stuff.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
And some awesome salads, and
Wow.
there's gonna be a vegan carrot cake. Yeah, so
a real carrot cake.
yeah,
A real character.
so yeah, that should be fun. And that's Thursday. Friday I have a wedding rehearsal.
Wedding rehearsal.
What the hell?
And a Friendsgiving. And
I
then
love
I've heard of
Friendsgiving.
me too.
Just
Me too. And then hopefully I can make it though, because the wedding rehearsal is kind of late, but we'll see.
yeah.
And then Saturday is the actual wedding.
What wedding is this?
Is this down in
a buddy of
Miami?
mine, so I'm groomsman. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dang, all this lined up really perfectly.
Wow, yeah.
So you're gonna
I
hit
think he did it on
Thanksgiving-
purpose.
Oh,
So
did he?
yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, since he knew everybody was gonna be in town and stuff. So
That makes sense.
Yeah,
so
it
I'll
does.
be groomsman. I'll pick up my tux tomorrow.
Wow.
So it should be fun.
Wow, man.
And then so that'll be all my Saturday, and then Sunday kind of with the family, and then head to Canada. So
I was gonna say it's
Should be
better to
fun.
have the wedding down there than Canada. It's like, is the wedding in Canada?
Let's ship everybody up to Canada. Are you going to Canada for work or is
For
that?
work.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's usually how Canada is for you. Yeah, it seems like because
yeah.
that site that we ship out of in DRP, he actually like engineers stuff for that.
Okay.
So he gets to go to Brockville all the time.
7035. Yeah.
It's actually 4787.
Oh, Brockville. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know this world of
do you
it. I just know Rockville, Canada, or manufacturing site. But I guess there's numbers to them.
We got codes.
Yeah,
for
we
us,
have
I
like
guess.
codes, but yeah, not to get into too deep company detail, but
Okay,
we have
true.
codes for stuff.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Cool.
yeah.
I don't think that's anything crazy, but yeah.
No.
No,
Yeah.
it's not.
So yeah,
5478,
Yeah.
5577, 66 345.
This is like
No, it matters.
this is like the produce numbers that I had to memorize at big. It's like 1702 Lima,
yeah, the apples, yeah.
Puerto Rico 85.
I've been buying a different selection of apples ever since we had that conversation on election night.
Really?
Yeah. Remember how we basically didn't talk about the election the entire time, just
Oh,
talked
yeah.
about grocery shopping?
Yeah.
I've been trying a different type of apple
Every
since
time?
then.
Okay.
Yeah. I got jazz apples this time. I haven't tried one yet.
Jazz
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Sounds a little jazzy.
Green
Yeah.
apples are the ones with least sugar. FYI.
Oh, really?
Just,
Really, I love the
Gotcha.
Granny Smiths.
Granny Smiths are
Love me
good.
some Granny Smiths.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're good.
I always did Golden Delicious.
Yeah,
but
those
now
are-
I'm trying Juju apples? Is that a thing?
Oh, Fuji.
Fuji.
Yeah,
Juju
yeah.
apples.
Fuji.
Juju on that beef. Yeah, I've been
Fuji.
trying those.
Fuji, right?
Yeah, Fuji apples.
Yeah,
I tried
Yeah.
those. Those are pretty good. They're really juicy.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're the apple. I kept getting apple juice all over my shirts.
Maybe that's why he's juice.
Yeah.
You should put some peanut butter on your. Have you ever done that?
I've seen people
Yes,
do that.
I have.
It's
yeah.
It's
really
delicious.
good. Or cashew butter, yeah.
Man,
It's
I need to
really
talk
good
to you more
Cashew
often.
butter.
This is
wow.
I ended up getting quinoa from Kroger, and
Oh, yeah,
I didn't know what I was gonna do to it, but I was like, I'll bring this home and Faris is gonna tell me exactly what to do.
I've kind of wanted to try that actually.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I have to give it a shot.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I'm really excited about it. It's
I'm
like,
super excited. I feel like I haven't been home in forever, but it actually hasn't been. It was end of September, but I'm always there. So
Yeah.
end of September is actually quite that was a long time ago for me. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah, it's-
My little brother's waiting for me, so I'm super excited
Yeah,
to be
it's
back.
awesome.
Awesome.
I always thought it was awesome how often you actually get to go back down there because Miami is far away, but you seem to be able to get down there at least every month or
Yeah,
twice a
tag
month,
it
something
into the
like
business trips. That's why it's kind of
Oh,
easy
wow.
to do that. But now,
Cool.
I mean, I haven't traveled in a bit, so
Yeah.
that. Nice. Yeah, well, we wish all you folks a happy holidays. We hope you enjoy Thanksgiving this weekend. We're going to be right back. This has been P Fucking Fresh episode 28. We're going to come back with some more laughs here in a minute.
big
Gobble,
turkey
gobble.
hug for everybody.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 28 of the P Funkin' Fro Show. Once again, my name is Austin Flume. With me, as always, Anthony Gorman and Faris Anthony Ahmad. Thank you for joining us once
Oh, I
again,
meant to
Faris.
say gobble gobble.
Glad to have you here. Next thing I want to talk about. So, over the weekend, I went to the movies with some friends. I decided it was like 5 o'clock, and I was like, I haven't seen the new Harry Potter movie yet. It's not really a Harry
What?
Potter movie, but it's
yeah,
it's
yeah.
in that universe.
Okay, I was gonna
Fantastic
say.
Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Mhm.
And I look online. There's a showing at 7 o'clock, and I'm like, time to rally the troops.
Oh my god! So this is impromptu. 100%. Oh,
Impromptu. So I texted my friends, and they're like, "Yep, we're down," which is like 4 people because it was Dustin, Dylan, Maddie, and Austin Martin, who was in town from Bloomington, Indiana.
Like the car. Dang, you can rally the troops.
I did, and my mom and dad and brother went.
Nice.
What?
Yep. So
Do you
this,
have like the red button, like an app where you're just like,
dude, I got freaking
Everybody's
powers
just
like you've never
let's go to
seen.
Austin.
Exactly. Yep. It was awesome. That's why I love my friends. I love you guys because they're like freaking. We're going.
Let's
like,
do it
with
They're
a moment's notice.
spontaneous. That's
Exactly.
pretty cool.
So you are the same way.
Yes.
Exactly. So we went and we saw this movie. Liked it, thought it was great, and I think I got so much out of it because I grew up on Harry Potter as a kid. And Harry Potter
Okay.
is like, it's a franchise that I hold very close to my heart
Yeah.
because I grew up reading the books, and when the movies were coming out, I was the same age as all the actors, like within a year or two. So
wow.
I grew up with Harry
Yeah.
Potter as they grew up in the movies.
And you can
So
look
I was
around.
in love with Hermione my entire
Oh
life.
yeah, Hermione.
My entire life.
Oh my god, yeah.
And it's still like everybody's goal in my class is like marry Emma Watson one day. You know?
Wait, side note. So has
Sure.
that like translated into like your type or whatever? Like female?
Surprisingly, not
No?
really.
Wow, you would think it would. Then.
You would.
You're
right.
That's like 8 years of like pure Hermione.
And and you know what? I bet that's huge. Like across my age, like 22-year-olds, 24-year-olds.
Yeah,
everybody's probably attracted to girls that look exactly like Hermione.
So they're like a rare commodity.
Yeah, but yeah. So Harry Potter. I read all the books starting when I was in like 3rd grade. Got into the Harry Potter books and read through all of them. That's back when I read all the time, like constantly.
Oh, okay.
I don't read hardly any anymore. Which
is that world mentioned at all in this new movie? Like, do they talk about Harry Potter?
So this is like a prequel. So it happens like 50 years or something before the Harry Potter movies.
Like,
so
like,
there are some connections.
Okay.
Which make it interesting.
Cool.
So it's like something that's going on in the background, but they don't explicitly state certain things.
Okay.
So if you're familiar with the universe, you'll pick up on it. And I think that's why I enjoyed the movie so much.
Yeah, if they do it overtly, it'd be kind of lame.
Yeah.
If they kept doing it, okay.
Yeah, so it's just little teases. But yeah, so Harry Potter, big part of my life. I was wondering if you guys have anything like that, like franchises or something that you grew up with and that your age group, your friend group, like were mega tied to. I also had Pokemon, which has like been huge because like I just recently caught all the Pokemon for the first time in the new Pokemon game.
Oh yeah, you did.
Which is why when Pokemon Go became such a phenomenon, my heart grew 3 sizes that day.
I had like Transformers, like when I was really young, as like the toys in the cartoon.
Yeah.
Those Transformers were pretty neat, especially the older ones because they were like constructed really well and it was like real intricate how and like the car or like airplane or whatever actually looked like that, and it would actually like the engineering. Now looking back, I'm like, oh my god, there's probably like a team of people like figuring out how to like make a fuselage into like an elbow or like a body part.
Right.
But I really love those, but I don't know. I was kind of an outdoorsy type kid.
I see.
I had a go-kart. I was a little spoiled.
Cool.
So I loved that as a kid. So anytime, even in the winter, I would drive that. But I don't know. A lot of tree fort building, go-karting, hiking.
Man, that's so freaking cool.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, from media, I guess, or movies and stuff like that.
Sure.
As a little kid, I think, I mean, I never really got really into it, but Power Rangers.
Okay, yeah, we would watch
Nice.
Power Rangers,
Nice.
and then, well, of course, all the Disney movies. So, like, Lion King, that was all my stuff. Like, I love
classic.
that stuff.
Like Taco Bell would have the toys
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah,
Always, Taco Bell always had the toys.
Right,
Yeah. And it was very much so Power Rangers and then Scooby-Doo. And then there was definitely a phase of Dragon Ball Z. I loved Dragon Ball Z.
Oh my god.
I didn't get into that.
And that's pretty much, I mean, then as like with, I was always, if I knew stuff, it was more because of my cousins. They watched a lot of TVs and I grew up with my cousins.
Gotcha.
And they were all like Friends, the sitcom Friends.
Yes.
That's kind of like what, as a high schooler, I guess I would watch that more. But other than that,
Did you ever get in like Seinfeld? Anything like that?
no.
Oh, okay.
So literally, it was Friends. I'm kind of weird in that sense. And like my only sitcom I've seen is like Friends and Game of Thrones, and that's it.
Oh wow,
That's a big
I don't know Sons of Anarchy. I don't know Walking Dead.
Yeah.
I don't know Black Orange, whatever.
Oh,
I don't
Black
know.
Orange is the new black.
Yeah,
Those jailed people.
Yeah, Sons of Anarchy I heard is pretty good. I don't know. So,
Yeah, that's good too.
yeah.
Gotcha. Like any objects, like I know walking around your apartment, Anthony, like every object that we pointed to, you're like, oh, well, sit down. There's a story about that too.
Yeah, well, I almost like have to like see it or I don't know. Like
That's true.
I'm having a hard time pulling things. I would watch like Batman Beyond back in the day.
God,
like the old Batman and the
yeah.
Spider-Mans. If we're talking TV,
Yeah.
like just I like the art style of that Batman before it went all like hipster with Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
It was like that dark, gritty cartoon almost.
The
like
animated series, like
yeah.
Batman.
I
it
thought
was
you
really
were
good.
talking about
amazing.
like the Penguin, like Danny DeVito.
Oh, I do remember those too. Those
Oh,
were neat
yeah.
too.
And the Iceman, I think, was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
Oh, right. Yeah.
those were kind of bad. As a kid, I mean, they're entertaining. But like I remember Jurassic Park was a big one.
Oh, yeah,
it
yeah.
was in like
Yeah.
where it was like they cross marketed it with everything. They really got the kids all hopped up. And I
Yeah.
remember seeing that. That was like because it wasn't a super kiddie movie at all. It
No,
was
right.
pretty intense.
I remember
almost.
I was scared of when the T-Rex kind of gets
That
the person
was
in the
huge-
bathroom and like tears them up. Or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the rumbling of
Yeah.
like the cup
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
That scene, 'cause that's like the first real scary part.
Yeah.
It's like rainy and the goat's gone
Yeah,
from
yeah.
being fed.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones. Were you into Indiana Jones or no?
I mean, I watched it,
Okay.
but that was like Saturday afternoon matinee, so we didn't have
Okay.
cable
Ah,
growing
I
up.
see.
So we would have to like catch things
Okay.
here and there.
Okay.
But I do remember watching it, but I wasn't like a giant fan. But.
Okay.
Huh.
I was.
Gotcha. What cartoons did you guys watch? Because like growing up, I was a big Cartoon Network kid. Like I was a fan of like Nickelodeon too, but Cartoon Network was my stuff. So
I never had Nickelodeon.
Ed, and Eddie, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
The only reason I would know anything that you're saying right now is because I'd go over to my cousin's house.
Gotcha.
Ed and Eddie. But other than that,
gotcha.
Dragon Ball Z, which was in what's that?
Toonami.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, Dragon Ball Z is my stuff.
Yeah.
I know you've seen my shelf over there with the whole set of Dragon Ball Z mangas. Yeah. So I love Dragon Ball Z. That's good. Did you have Pogs, Anthony? Because Pogs, I've always heard of Pogs, but that was way.
Pogs, that was like an
right
ancient game
me.
back in like the 50s. I'd have to re-Google all this, but like back in the day, and then there was
like
a
the 80s and
resurgence
90s,
in the 90s. That was a resurgence, actually.
Really?
Yeah, they used to play the game way back in the day because it was like the back when there was milk delivery dudes. Like the top cap was made of cardboard, and the kids would collect it. And I think that's how. Because I remember looking it up, I was like, "What the hell? Like, who made up this stupid game?" Because it's a horrible game. I actually just made a lot of money off mine. That was like the only crowning achievement.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was another one of my side businesses as a kid.
That's awesome. One of your side hustles.
Yeah, because I remember I had all these Pogs and they were in like sheaths and everything. Yeah. And I just remember like thinking one day, like I invested all this money and like spent it all and everything. And then I was like, this is not going to last because this game is like stupid. You basically like make a stack and then you slam it with like this metal slammer thing.
I just looked it up. I now remember. I definitely had these, but I never knew how to play with them.
Yeah, it was more of collecting. Because
yeah.
what was supposed to happen is like whoever slams it, the ones that I can't remember the exact rules. It's like one or the other. Whatever's laying up, one person got, and then down with the other person. So if you had like one you really liked and you collecting it, man, you're really 50-50 chance in that losing it, and you have to keep playing and like maybe get it back. So that's how it's supposed to be played, I think. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't even know. I never even.
But yeah, I started selling them on the bus, and I was just racking in the dough
because
I had them in like baseball sheets.
Gotcha.
And I would put like the 8-ball, which everybody loved. Like there was certain ones that everybody loved, and then I would like line the rest with like Lucky Charms that I got out of like Lucky Charms box.
Yeah.
And I would sell that for like $5, which
Dang,
for a kid, like that was like. So I was selling them by the sheet, and then I like made all my money back plus more, and then I invested it all in baseball cards. So that ended up being like whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoyed baseball too as a kid back then.
Yeah.
So it was fun collecting whatever. But back as a kid, I was like, this is a more wise. This has been around forever. And
exactly.
It's never. But anything collecting, you're gambling with other people's interests, basically.
100%, yeah. And
Future interest, rather.
I had a baseball card phase too because I grew up playing baseball, like 6th through 8th grade or whatever. Or before that, yeah. So it's like, oh, I'm big into baseball, and my dad had always had baseball cards, so he had all these things of old baseball cards that I thought were awesome.
Wow.
So
He's probably got some good ones. Yeah.
Yeah, probably. But the thing with baseball cards is there's so many players.
Yeah.
And there's so many different years. It's like I have no idea where I would even start with like value. Like, how do I know how much this is worth? Because even the like big famous people like King Griffey Jr. or something, like those probably aren't worth anything.
Well, you can look them up. So they would have these books called Beckett's, like the book.
Yeah.
The Beckett. I don't know. It looked like kind of like Guinness Book of World Records size in shape and thickness.
I see.
And you would have to look up the year, look up tops. God. Or whatever.
Wow. Yeah, whatever brand it was.
And then look up the dude, if it was his rookie year, whatever. And then it would show you every year or quarter, I can't remember, I think it was a year, it was called Beckett. And they would give like a value of a card.
Wow.
So that's how it was like before the internet. So you had to like look it up like index.
My God.
And it was thick. It was a thick book, little nubby thick book.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got no time for that.
Yeah.
I would rather.
Yeah. After a while, you start to get to know which ones are like whatever, and you get like a rookie card and be like, "Oh, is it? Oh, this guy's a loser. Like he may be a rookie, but he's
I can see that being fun.
Yeah, it was.
Like searching it whatever. Out. Yeah. Do you have any cards of any kind?
No. Now that you're mentioning, I actually think, and I've never watched baseball, but I actually think I guess it was like a thing. Like I think I actually collected some baseball cards. I remember having baseball cards. I definitely had. The only ones I really know that I was into was Pokemon at one point and Dragon Ball Z. So I'd have like a holographic Go Tanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's good.
I understand some of these words.
This is awesome that you're even saying that to me. I'm so excited right now.
Yeah. So I was definitely into those, and I think that's pretty much it. I think the last kind of phase of cards I had was a Magic.
Magic the Gathering?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really? Did you
and
play
it was
like,
more
did you
because
battle
I
people?
didn't even play. I think I thought it looked
Gotcha.
really
Cards are
cool.
Yeah.
The cards do look
Yeah,
really
the
look
cards
cool.
look
awesome,
really
yeah.
cool. So I was just
Because
like,
they're
let me
like
just buy a couple
grown-up
decks.
versions of
Yeah.
like Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I think my brother has those still. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Huh.
Yeah, I wish I still had all the other stuff. My mom never kept any of that stuff. The one thing that my mom threw away from my childhood that I really hate, she threw away, was I had like a big kind of like bucket thing with all my Legos, and like, and it was like I remember it's like pretty much all my Legos of all my childhood, and I would make eventually just turned into like one big bucket where I would just make my own stuff. But it's just going back. I know it's gonna be so cool to just see those things and play. But yeah,
Man, plus Legos are freaking expensive now.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
I don't know
true.
what she. I think she donated it, but I don't know what she was thinking about
That's
because
alright.
now my brother, like, I guess she didn't expect my brother coming in, right? But
Yeah.
Legos are eternal.
yes,
they are,
yes,
exactly.
exactly.
Right.
So yeah, she messed up there. Yeah.
I used to play with my grandparents. Actually had Mega Blocks, so the big fat versions of Legos that everybody
What?
always makes fun of.
Austin, you grew up with you're a Mega Block family.
I
I'm
wasn't-
so
okay,
sorry.
no, stop. I wasn't-
I'd console you if I wasn't across the table. I'm so sorry.
It's like, well, it was cool because like the
kidding.
thing about Mega Blocks is like you can have just a few of them, but still have enough to build like a 1 in 100
square
scale
house?
model of
I'm
a
just
of an AT-AT from Star Wars.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
yeah.
I could build these really tall structures and towers with like only a few Mega Blocks that you can
Yeah.
do with Legos.
That's
So
true.
I liked Legos, but that's what my grandparents had.
Just harassing.
And I know, watch your tongue. But we did the thing where like I would build something and put it in their back room and then get it out next time, and they would keep it in there. And it was always really
Yeah.
cool to go to their house and like build stuff
Did
like that.
Did you guys ever play with I forgot the name of them, but I also played with it. It was like it's like these
Bionicles.
sticks. It's like these sticks and we
Connects.
Connects.
The
Yeah,
magnetic
yeah.
ones?
Those
No,
are
no,
more-
not magnetic.
Those are more like for like that's outside of the box. Yeah, I feel like there's more engineering type
Yeah,
things.
yeah. So it's like they've got like these gray stars kind of that you can connect like sticks to it and like you can make.
You can kind of make almost like functional machines with it and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, lots of cool things with
I
that.
know what you're talking about. I think I
had a little
had
bit of
some
those.
kind of connects. There were these other things that you could get that were like magnetized on the ends, and you connect them with magnets, and they come with little magnetic spheres. I don't
Okay,
remember.
I think I know. Yeah.
Yeah, might be some offshoot of connects or something, but yeah,
Cylinders or like, okay.
they were kind of just sticks.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
huh. I don't know either. Right, but yeah, I got to get some Legos though because
Legos are fun. I still have fun.
Legos. Do you still have Legos?
Yeah, I actually still have things that I made back in the day because I told my mom to
Nice.
not throw anything away, and I have them in like
That's
a box. And every once in a while, periodically, I'll look and be like, they'll still be there. Because I had like once, because
Yeah.
like you build things and then take them apart because you're building something else. But like once you get like something that you really liked, I felt like I had to keep it. So then I was just like, like that's what that's gonna be now.
Yep.
like,
Yep.
like I had this one jet that was in
Yep.
like a TIE fighter type thing, but it
Mhm.
could also hinge out its wings. Love that thing. That
Yep.
thing is still in existence.
I always built those jets too. That was one of my favorite things to build. I would build like a fortress and then a jet on top of it,
Yeah.
and it all looked like trash. But
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
it was awesome to have it. You should bring your Legos to the podcast one time.
I could,
We
yeah. I
build
have
one.
some still
Oh, that'd
left. I
be
think
so
I have
awesome.
like a SUV type looking thing that I build. Like my favorite things that I have are not from like the designs. Like it's crazy. I love them.
That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. I had like so growing up in like the mid to late 90s / early 2000s, I went through all of the phases of like the copycat Pokemon stuff. So I had Pokemon cards at first,
Yeah.
and then like Digimon came out and they
Oh,
had their
yeah.
own cards. And then Yu-Gi-Oh came out and I was like, "Oh, that looks cool." And I remember when Yu-Gi-Oh first came out, nobody had the cards yet, but I was like, there's got to be cards of these. So I went to a comic book shop,
Yeah.
and all they had were the Japanese versions of the cards. That's all they had in America at the time. So I got a pack of those.
Yeah.
Probably worth something nowadays. I have no idea where they are.
wow. Yeah.
But
Ah, so you were kind of still, Yu-Gi-Oh was
edge.
completely like, I was way out of the phase of all that.
Right.
By the time Yu-Gi-Oh came out.
yeah,
That's
that's
I
how.
do remember watching Digimon though.
Do
That was
you?
right at the end of my, where I was like, I was probably even late then as a kid. Like
Yeah.
I should be watching this, but like, is this weird? My sister's here. She's 2 years younger than me, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Because we would both watch it. But
Yeah, you'd piggyback off of
yeah,
it.
Yu-Gi-Oh was totally out of mine.
Yeah.
I was just like another one. That was
That's how Bakugan is for my brother.
Who the what?
But exactly.
Backgammon?
Another one.
Or what?
Backgammon. Yeah, all the kids are
Coming
playing
back. Back all the kids. It's all the rage.
Yeah, but it was like it's like
Drinking
this
our
weird
coffee.
thing that like it comes with a card and a character, and it's like a little circle that you put on the card, and when you put it on the card's got a magnet inside of it,
Do what?
and it basically causes this sphere to come to life and turn into a thing. like turn into a little creature, and you collect those little spheres, and they're called Bakugan.
Crazy.
It's weird, and everybody forgets that they exist now because that's what happens to all those different things.
Yeah.
So another show that I never got into, but I know my cousin kept watching after Dragon Ball Z. It's the Gundam one. What's the name of it?
Mobile Suit Gundam, dude. Yes.
I think I've heard of that.
Yes.
Yeah, that.
Are those the big transformer looking things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another Japanese anime with mechs.
Yeah. That kind of, that looks interesting.
Yeah,
it look interesting. I was always like, it actually looks interesting, but I never got into it.
Yeah, I had Gundam
I think
games.
like watching the old Transformer cartoons is probably what, because I saw that and it looks like Starscream and all those old Transformers.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But they're like huge. Are they all jets? Or
Japanese looking. The Gundams?
Yeah.
They're all just kind of mechs, like humanoid
But
mechs.
do they transform in anything?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, really?
No, I don't think so.
Huh.
Yeah.
I think I imposed that upon them.
Probably.
In my head.
You're all Starscream.
I'm like, yeah, we was a bad guy, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam was amazing. Grew up with that too. Had some Gundam games.
We're gonna have turkey.
Yes!
It's a Thanksgiving miracle. He's just getting a text right now.
Yes. She's
Someone's nose must have been itching.
Yeah.
Faris is like angry he's got vegan stuff.
Yeah, because they were thinking about just doing chicken, but no, I'm glad they changed their mind.
That's fantastic. So we're all going to have a nice turkey dinner for Thanksgiving?
Gobble, gobble.
Yeah.
Nice.
I saw this cool video on Facebook. You guys should check it out at some point. But essentially, it's like this guy making turkey, but very...
He's doing it with a chainsaw.
He's doing like the craziest stuff. Like he puts like a thermometer inside the chicken, and when it gets hot enough, it's like... There's a magnet hanging down from the dial, so it comes down, and then the magnet touches something, and it drops like dog food, and the dog goes to eat the food, and when the dog goes to eat the food, it pops the oven door open. It's like craziest stuff. You
like a crazy Rube Goldberg machine.
I can't think of the word.
Yeah. That always takes me like 3 seconds to remember what it's called.
I always wait till someone says, I'm like, oh yeah, it's that thing.
Nice, Forrest. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. Yeah, you should get to have the turkeys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I think that's good for the week.
Oh, wow,
I think that's been
really.
Time always flies.
Right?
Wow.
I know, right?
It's
because
talking.
We're such good company.
That's crazy. That's fast.
That's how easy it is, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to come on the P Funk and Fro show,
right, nice segue.
Go into the P Funk and Fro Facebook group. That's facebook.com/group/P Funk and Fro. We would love to have any of you as a guest, if you can fit in your schedules.
Yeah.
We're interested in all of your lives and all of your perspectives. Thank you for listening to this week. This has been episode 28. We hope all of you have a fantastic holiday, Thanksgiving. If you need somewhere to go, you're welcome to come to Indiana and hang out with my family.
If you need somewhere.
Once again, my name is Austin Flume, and with me as always,
Anthony Gorman.
And our special guest, you can say your name this time.
Faris Ahmad. I'm saying Austin style, but Faris Ahmad.
However you want to say
it. It's all good.
How do you prefer that I say your name?
That's fine.
Okay.
What's fine? Which one?
You are attempting to say it the correct way, which is what that's good.
Attempting on emphasis on attempting.
So it's Faris.
Okay. So you want to try it? Faris?
Yeah, that's good. So it's very good. So at work, it's always been Ferris.
Oh,
which is like further.
Like it's further, right? But it's so much divided that I'm very much used to Ferris or Faris, or people who try to say Faris but comes out Fares,
which is what I did.
Which honestly I can go by anything. It's all good. I am not sensitive to that stuff at all.
Jeff,
yeah, I go Faris, Faris. Like it's all good. I don't care.
My roommate.
Anthony. Anthony's valid.
I'm gonna start calling you Anthony.
No,
I'm gonna call all my friends.
Actually,
Anthony.
I want you to keep calling me what you were calling me. I really do. Yeah. Now it's like it can't be anything else. It's far.
Exactly. This has been episode 28 of the P Funk and Fro Show. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, we will see you later.